All right, welcome to this session. Basically, what I want to show you today on this training is how to do a voiceover and also how to be more deliberate with the focusing of the camera. In this session, I would enjoin you and advise you to be more professional with this. Reason being that if you are not, you will just most likely model up everything and you may not be able to achieve the aim of this training. You're going to be more deliberate with the focusing of your camera, the angles. Who do you want to make the main focus, or the main let's say the main focus of your camera? And of course, how you do both of these features that I just mentioned is through using any of this icon. As you can see, there's this icon that's let me see if I can write something with this. Okay. All right, you see this icon that shows you how to this icon here. Let's see, I think it's too thick. Trying to reduce it. This icon here is the audio, while this icon here is the video. So whenever you want to do a voiceover, what you do is that you click this icon here, you click on it, and it allows you to do what you want to do. Whenever you want to change the focus on the person that is speaking, you choose this. All right, that aside, let me just give you a little idea of how it would sound like, because I had already done the voiceover for this. I had done the voiceover for this already, and the way you would know if the voiceover has been done on any scene is that you see that the color of this icons would change. Typically, it doesn't pop up as this. Okay, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say we go back and we try to, okay, let me look for, okay, let me say we pick this person. Typically what you would have if you have not done a voiceover is that you will see that this icon for the audio that looks like a speaker here is black, and the icon here that looks like the trigger of something that I don't know is that it would have a white background. So if we had recorded on it, like I said, it would be yellow, and the way we know that we've not recorded on this is by checking out the color. We see that it's white. Okay, now let me go back to the one that I've done before, and I'll play out the audio for you so that you can have an idea of what it sounds like. And personally for me, being a social media marketer, as much as I know that yes, I could be more technical with laying the voice on this kind of presentation such that the sound comes out more refined and more professional. If I were to do this for a formal organization that wanted something that was of international standard or something that was refined, it would mean that I'll have to get a professional voiceover artist, or I do it myself, but then it means that I'll have to be more, I'll sound more like, not necessarily an American, or sound more like um, uh, an international person, a person from maybe from the US or from any of the English speaking international countries. I'm saying this because being a Nigerian, there's a way that the tonations, the falling and the rising tone, and the punctuations and everything that is all about when we speak, there's a way that it differs. So, but then I'm just all about being original, and the essence of why I said all this is so that even if you may not be able to talk like the Americans will, you shouldn't be discouraged. Just go ahead and record whatever you want to record. If you want to learn how to do that, that's another story for another day. But what I'm saying is, this can be just as natural and as possible, and you still get your results. So let me play it out and you hear what it sounds like.
Wow. Let's pause here. Over to you, viewers. What's your take on this? It's still Miss Erin, our marketing specialist from Virtual Domain.
Okay, did you see what it sounds like? Now, if we didn't have it laid over, let's say that I wanted to, okay, let me say I want to play it out. So I click on the first icon where I have a scene, and then I choose my scene. I think it should still be the talk show, and our guest, no, Emma should still be our guest. She shouldn't be in the guest chair, she should be in the host chair, and then Mrs. Erin, Miss Erin rather, is in the guest chair. Now I'm going to be doing two things. I'm actually going to be working around trying to put focus on the pictures and also the voice. So now, because I have not clicked on the second icon, which is supposed to be for the voice, you see it looks like that thing that looks like chatting or message. Let's start with the video first. It's the icon for the video that we have initially. So I click on this. You can see that it changes automatically. Then I decide what do I want to do. The default setting for this scene is that it's establishing shot. Establishing shot is that it's trying to show you all of the stage, or it's trying to put a focus on the actors or actresses. Do you understand? So it's, and nothing is hidden. Everything is can be visibly seen. So if I want to change this, what I do is this. Though we have limited options to choose from, so it means that you would need to be creative with this. I'm going to be trying it out, and I'll be telling you what I'm clicking so that you can have an idea of what I'm saying. When you are doing yours, what I want you to do for me is that before you begin yours, tell me exactly what you want to do. Write out for me how you want your scene to be like. Because if you do not have that at the back of your mind, it would not be easy for you to sync the whole scene, even the voices and the angles of your videos. You will be able to sync them. When I mean sync, there will be no connection and everything will be all modeled up. And one thing I also want to say is that I want you to pay attention to the to ensuring that the attitude or the characteristic, the interpretation of character that you want to give to any of your actors must be on point. They shouldn't be too far from what you intend that they should interpret for you. I really am not so comfortable with somebody who wants to show that a that let's say the guest wants to talk and she jiggles, and then what we have is somebody laughing and talking at the same time. It makes everything looks all unprofessional, and sometimes it makes it too cartoon like. All right, initially it's on establishing shot, so let's say we say skip establishing shot. As you can see, this would be effect, this would have effect by the time it wants to show. Do you understand? Skipping established. Let's say we start from here. Let me play it.
Wow.
Now this is still trying to show
Let's
us
pause here.
the scene.
Over to you, viewers. What's your take on this?
We're trying to
It's
look
still
at
Miss Erin, our marketing
what
specialist from Virtual
does it
Domain.
look like when it's not establishing shot. As you can see, nothing, it doesn't affect it. So you cannot say you just want to choose not establishing shots or skipping establishing shots. It does not have any effect. So majorly the the options that affect the emotions and the angles of your video are establishing shots, moving right, moving left, moving forward, moving backward, and still. So if you choose skipping establishing shot, it does not affect your video. That's why I play that out so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. So let's say I chose moving right. Can you see it moved right? But then you need to determine where will your camera be looking at, because I said moving right. You realize that it moved away from showing us all of the stage by moving right and side, and somewhere there, possibly because of the color of the clothes that the guest speaker is putting on, she appears to be like she is the focus. Because of course when you look at this and you read it, you will see what it says here. Camera is moving right from establishing shot looking at the guest speaker. If you do not want it to look at the guest speaker, what you do is you click it and you say the host chair. Can you see it will change the focus? So you need to understand this. This works, this should work more with what you want them to do next, in the sense that if the person that you want to talk after you have set up the angles of your camera is the guest, the best option will be to choose guest chair, so that we know that it will be on her. Do you understand? And if you want to make it more focused, you can decide to say moving forward. Yes, moving forward from the host. Can you see it's focused more on the guest? Now if you want to say you want to focus on the host, you can say from the guest chair, the host. Can you see moving backward, it doesn't have effect. If you say moving left, it doesn't have, from the guest chair, it doesn't have any effect. So I want you to play around with this so that you can have an idea of what I'm talking about. Do you understand? You can have an idea of what I'm talking about. Let's say you make it still. Can you see? Making it still is going to change the angle. Do you understand? It will change the angle. Let's say you say moving backward. Can you see? What can you tell me is the difference between this moving backward and still? Realize that the spaces between there's something they call airdrum in video, or in basically in photography or in videography. Let's just say in pictures and motion pictures. When you say airdrum, airdrum is like this space. Do you understand? This space between the head of the person you're trying to capture and also this space. Do you understand? So we don't want the space to be too wide, neither do we want it to be too small. So you need to be careful how you position your angle. Better yet, I would advise that maybe you go on YouTube and you check out one or two talk shows or one or two videos that is similar to the kind of video that you want to produce, depending on the scene, so that you can have an idea of how cameramen focus on the speaker, focus on the people doing the presentation, how they zoom in, zoom out. When you're saying zooming in and zooming out, it's also another meaning for establishing shots or moving backward. Do you understand? All right. That is that about the video. Now for the voiceover, what you do is this. Let's say that we want the host to speak, since she was the one speaking, and we don't want her to. Now, what I was explaining the other time about ensuring that the character interprets, that the actor or actress interprets accurately your character and whatever you're giving to them is this. Okay, let's say that we choose you realize that the options that are here are limited. So if you say you want your actor or actress to laugh and you choose laugh loud or laugh hard, of course, definitely, you know that this person is not going to be laughing mildly. The laugh will be too much, it will be too hard, and it's not befitting for the kind of scene that you are showing. So let's change the angle to dialogue mode, or better yet, let me say um let's make it not still, that was a mistake. Let's make it establishing. Wide shots. Okay, let's make it wide shot. Wide shot is going to just show us both of them. Okay, now imagine we just wanted her to just smile a little or just chuckle, and then we just laugh out and say this is really interesting. Imagine that this was what we had. Let me play out what this would look like.
This really interesting.
Can you see? No, I don't want this. Sorry, this. Let's see what you wanted to write. This is really interesting. Now she says something like she says
This is really interesting.
it's too much. You realize, because now why I said this is this. You need to look at the agreement between the two people that are talking. You look at the face of the guest, look at the face, I mean the expression of the guests, and also look at that of the host. You realize that it's too wide apart. So instead of choosing laugh hard, you could just speak. Now you need to have understood some of the interpretative features that are given here. Do you understand? So is either you have an you choose an happy sigh. Can you see the look? Is either you have an happy sigh or you choose happy. Do you understand? just trying to digress a little, but you have an happy side. Can you see? Let's see what this shows.
This is really interesting.
Can you see? Can you see what?
This is really interesting.
This is really interesting. Let's see what it looks like if we choose happy. Now I am saying this because I see a lot of videos and I really am not so happy with the interpretative characteristics that we give to them.
This is really interesting.
I think this is better. Can you see? This is really interesting. Do you understand? As against laughing hard and saying this is interesting. It makes it all muddled up and makes it less professional. So just like I was saying, we also want to talk about how to lay your voice over. What you do is you click on the microphone icon and then you click on it. It brings out, this is really interesting. Okay, because the voice I used was an high tone voice. This is really interesting. This is actually interesting. Okay, so
This is really interesting.
do you see?
This is actually interesting.
So let's see. After you do that, then you tick on the second green button that's like a pass mark, a tick, to show that okay, you've chosen that. And then let's say we start from this place. You can see.
This is really interesting.
Do you see?
This
You
is
need to
actually
be
interesting.
deliberate with your words. Just interpret it as natural as possible. The way you would appreciate it if you were seeing this in this video on a YouTube channel. Do you understand? So let me know if you have any question. Go ahead with doing yours. In the next video, I'll be showing us how to remove all of this Plotagon logo. Now I know that all of the trainings outside there tells us to use mobile apps. Do you understand that like Viva Video, mobile Filmora and all that? I'm not, to be candid, I'm not so much of a fan of using the mobile video editor. Reason being that it's limited and sorry, it doesn't give you that professional feel when it comes to cutting and inserting of words and of some motion graphics. Now, it doesn't mean that there could not be or there are no video editor on mobile, but it's just that there's a way that you tend to be able to be more professional, or you have that space to be able to do what you want to do when you're working on a laptop, either with a mouse or without a mouse. There's just a way that it makes it more professional and gives you that opportunity to be able to explore more features and characteristics. One thing you need to know is that any app that is on mobile that you also find to be used on laptops, PCs, and or Windows or Mac is that the one with that you can use with the PC has more comprehensive features as against the phone, because they are also mindful of the phone memory. So I'm going to be showing us how to use Camtasia to edit this video. You can, with Camtasia, you can edit the audio. You can also edit the graphics, the layout, the everything. You see it when we begin. All right. So, like I said, your assignment, first write out the progression of how you want your scene to be like, and then effect it in your video and send it to me.